Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we are very fortunate that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, today we have the association of my very dear friend, His Grace Harivansha Prabhu. We have already shared his bio on the WhatsApp group, so I will save time. And all I want to say is, Prabhuji is a pure Brijvasi whose heart beats for Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So we are very, very fortunate, and without further ado, Prabhuji, we humbly request you to please start. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavancha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitancha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunayavatirna Kalo Samarpayitum Unnatojjvala Rasam Swabhakti Shriyam Harihi Purata Sundara Dviti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Spuratu Hashachi Nandanaha Hantaya Madridabala Haridasa Varyo Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayoryat Pani Asuyavasa Kandara Kandamulaihi Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Dhirim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna Jai Shri Radhe. I'm so feeling honored and express my deep gratitude giving the opportunity to serve IGA Iskcon Greater Atlanta. Thank you to Adi Gadadhar Prabhu Radha Mataji, Maithili, and Gopal for hosting me, and also providing opportunity. And again, happy to see familiar faces. Nowadays, I'm fortunate to meet the IG devotees at least twice, right? Because you all also come to Vrindavan. But there are some visa stamp issues. So I'm very happy to be here again. And we have to seek blessings of all our acharyas to speak about in this topic because they have all held Giri Govardhan very close to their hearts. And especially we pray to Srimati Radharani. And it's quite nice the arrangement because many times the Vyasasana is closer to Krishna. In this place, it is closer to Radharani. So it's so special. She only has said this verse. Acharya se hantayam adri rabala haridasa varyam. So we seek blessings of all our acharyas so that these 3 days we can do some parkama or parikrama or circumambulation, whichever way you want to call it. Are you all with me? We begin with an important concept in our spiritual understanding in Sanatan Dharma or in Vedic fold or any sincere movement towards the Adhyatma of our Granthas. We have to realize the importance of the concept of Abhed. Abhed means it is Thakurji only which has become everything, isn't it? Just a drishti we need to have. That's why in our childhood, our parents would teach, and your parents are teaching you now, Kar Kar mein Bhagwan. In every small atom, Thakurji is there, Bhagwan is there. In fact, there's an easy way to understand this. Now here the rooms and the flats and the buildings are made of wood, correct? In India it's made of stones, bricks, and you use something to keep them together. That's called?
Cement.
But in Hindi we call it masala. Masala, correct. It's not the dal masala and the pav bhaji masala. It's called masala. So you will see when people are constructing buildings, they will say masala, bring the masala. Bring that content, that thing. In English we can call it matter. For the masala, you need a mistri. Mistri is the person who puts the masala. Well, in English we can call it mason. So mason and matter, or in Hindi we can call mistri and the masala. Actually both are Krishna. One is called the efficient cause, another is called the material cause. Why material cause is Krishna? Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhirevacha. It's all Thakurji, correct? It's all coming from him. So hasn't it, can we not say, therefore the matter is all actually Krishna? And then efficient cause, which is the person who makes the thing, is also Thakurji. Why? Because jivas are what? Anshas of Thakurji. What's the verse? Mamayavamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. So it is amazing that he becomes the mason, he becomes the matter, and when some people hear about this, especially the Keval Advaitwadis, this is proven. Sarva Khalvidam Brahma, everything is illusion, everything is one, khatam baat, isn't it? But we say, wait a minute. Vaishnavas come, they'll say, ruko, wait. You use the word called Advay. Advay means not to. One entity who became the matter, one entity who became the masala. But we say, not two is not one. It's a deep statement. Not two is not one. Advay is not two. But who said it is one? Because swarna or gold can be in the form of different ornaments. Yes, it is one in the sense of gold, but they are different. Do you put payal on your ear? Somebody could use a basketball there if you put payal there. No, there is a purpose for all the different things, isn't it? Nose ring cannot be used for something else, isn't it? And this Vaishnavas very well understand. The Keval Advaitis will tell that everything is one. So there is no Golok, Saket, no Vaikuntha, nothing is there. We says, wait. Not two is not one. Even though everything is Sachidanand Vigraha, but there is variety there. Isn't it? There are birds. I mean, look, we just have to go to the third canto of the Bhagavatam, isn't it? And see how many varieties of flora and fauna are there. And now in Giriraj, one of the Srila Prabhupada's stalwart warriors, His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj, has made a little area called Sri Roop Seva Kunj. They are also making small dioramas of Goswamis, also six Goswamis. And they are preserving the flora of Vrindavan. There are a lot of varieties. Not two is not one. Yes, it is Advay. We are also Satchidanand. Thakurji also Satchidanand. But there is variety. We are not him. His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu says, we should know there is God and we are not him. Isn't it? So everywhere is Thakurji. But the problem is how to access him. Accessibility is an issue, right? If Thakurji is here, I could might as well very well access it. Some saints are able to do it, but in general, it is tough, isn't it? So saints describe different avatars of Bhagwan in their different accessibility ways. Golok Vrindavan, it's like jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha. The peacock is dancing in the forest. Who has seen it? Golok Vrindavan? Hoga. It must be there, somewhere there. Right now, we don't have access to it, isn't it? That's like a person who is thirsty for water. It's like garaj garaj badal. Who knows when they will come? These days, it's a big issue of climate change. We don't know when they come. They do a bochar, they do a little bit rain and go away. So we don't know about Golok Vrindavan Thakur. Then somebody said, oh, go to Shir Sagar Vaikuntha. That's like drinking water from an ocean. Who knows the pata to the ocean? Who knows the address to the ocean? And then it's a salty water. And then somebody said, think about Paramatma in somebody else's heart. That's like digging a well. Who knows where it is there? Which iota? Which ventricle? Left, right? Is there some other ventricle in which Thakurji is there? It's tough. Paramatma, we know everybody's heart. But how often, even in devotional circle, it could happen? I can stand everybody except this devotee. Isn't it? So Paramatma is there in devotee's heart also. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi Hastine. It could be in Gavi, Gaya, Hasti, Hathi, elephant, Brahmana, then it must be there in the devotees also. But even there, sometimes it is tough, isn't it? So, Acharya said, Vigraha, Archa Vigraha. That's like Sundar Sasta Tikau. Beautiful, cheap. We have to understand this cheap word also. We have to think sometimes it is expensive also. Sundar Sasta Tikau means sustainable, isn't it? It's right there. And especially the deities of dhams, isn't it? How many of us have been to different dhams? Deities are accessible, isn't it? It's not like the khara pani or the well water or the meg water. It's like glass of water right there in front. So that's quite accessible. And that's the importance of Archa Vigraha. But the problem is, deities also go to rest, isn't it? Well, Banki Bihari gets up quite late and he sleeps quite late also sometimes. And earlier in childhood, we would say, Radha Vallabh Darshan Durlabh. Nowadays, it is very sulabh. Every time we'll go, Darshan is closed because Radha Vallabh is Shingar and things like that is happening. But abhi sulabh. So deities also have a time, isn't it? Wake them up, make them go to sleep, and when the altar is drawn, the glass of water is empty now. So people said that's why best is Girraji. It's like the glass of water which is always full. Why? 24/7 open, 365 days, isn't it? Is there any day where Girraj is not open? It's open. Only thing is the traffic is so much you may get stuck. So it's 24/7, 365, and shall we not say it is the largest deity? Correct? Largest deity is there. Some say some Buddha is reclining. I don't know where. I think Giraj would be larger than that Buddha also. So this is the specific or special, categorically special position of Giraj, isn't it? And our acharyas have clearly told us. Not only Giraj is special because it's open all the while, anybody can access it, right? There are aparas and saparas. Aparas means where it you have its pure state. Saparas means it's not pure stage. Maybe we have not taken bath and things like that. Well, nothing near Girraji, right? There are no such rules and regulation. Anybody can go. Are forget human beings. Blessed are those Nilgai. By the way, they are not guy. Nilgai is a deer. And it's really fortune. It's a really could be a real fortune if you spot a Nilgai. But be mindful of your bones and muscles also, because if the Nilgai comes darting across, Jai Shri Radhe, they're quite interesting also. So blessed are those Nilgai and the ants and the parrots who are sitting on the top of Girraji. Perhaps they may be peeping in a cave where Radha and Krishna, Radha Bharat Chandra are doing their pastimes. So not only accessible to humans, but also to animals all the time. No aparas, no saparas, no purity. Isn't that special? And it's also special because we were talking about it's like the glass of water which is full, right? Are Girraj himself has a pond of nectar. Forget about glass of water. What's that pond of nectar? It has at least two, Radha Kund and Sham Kund, isn't it? And our Acharya says, so shloka number 1. Vaikuntha Janito Vara Madhupari Tatrapi Rasotsavad Vaikuntha Janito Vara Madhupuri Tatrapi Rasotsavad Vrindaranyamudar Paniramana Tatrapi Govardhana Vrinda पाणिरमणा तत्रापि गोवर्धनः राधाकुण्डमिहापि गोकुलपतेः प्रेमामृताप्लावनात् प्रेमामृताप्लावनात् कुर्यादस्य विराजतो गिरितटे सेवां विवेकी न कः कुर्या गिरितटे सेवां विवेकी न कः. Better than Vaikunthat. Best is Madhupuri. Why? Because Janitaha, this personality was born here. Who? Thakurji. Well, in Braj we say Radharani. Madhupuri, Madhumandal, Radharani was also in the part of the Madhumandal. See, the ways of Ras are very crooked. If you ask some Mithilavasi, they will say, what do you have in Vrindavan? It's all blessings of Ayodhya. Ayodhya Rani Mataji is here, so I'm speaking. Say everything is blessing of Ayodhya. Why? Because Janak Maharaj, Dasharath Maharaj, Suryavamshi, his brother was some Navarat. In his lineage only, who came Vrishabhanu. So Radharani is also what? Linked with Ayodhya, series Suryavanshi. Jamuna, Suryaputri. तो तुम्हारा है क्या? Saying everything is Surya Vansh here. Thakurji is only Chandra Vansh, and Surya is stronger than Chandra. That's why Radharani defeats Thakurji. So in this Ras Baat, I think we should not put Buddhi. So one again Mithila saint came as he said, not Mithila, Baksar. He used to say, earlier we won't have Hare Krishna mantra. We used to have Kale Krishna, 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 Kale, Kale. Don't ask which Puran is it from. Kale Ram, 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 Kale, Kale. Are, how did it become Hare? Kale means black. But there is this verse of Nagari Das ji. He says that when Thakurji is standing near Radharani, Thakurji is Savariya, isn't it? Neel, Ghan, Sham, and Wo Gori. So Gori is golden. All the kids know. Blue mixed with gold. Something happens, right? Which color it comes out? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Rohit, this was Kale Santar in opposition. So then from Madhupuri also Tatrapi Rasotsavat. In Sanskrit, this at suffix comes, you can figure out this means reason. Because of doing the Ras Utsav, Ras Utsav, Vrindaranyam become very wonderful. But he did the Ras Utsav there, but Raman happened in Govardhan, so better is Govardhan. And Govardhan, better than Govardhan, of course, this thing is in Govardhan, Radhakund. Why? Because Gokulapate he Pem Amrit, Aplavanat Dubkiya, isn't it? Flooded with the Prem Amrit. So he's saying, who will not reside near Radha Kund and Sham Kund? Isn't it? This is the nectar of instruction, ninth verse by Arupa Goswami. So it's indeed a special place. All our acharyas have done it. Nimbarkacharya, Neemgao, isn't it? And Pushtimar, what can be said? There is this Mukharvin Jatipura, Giraj Dharan Ki Jai. Now, Giraj Dharan, that shabd itself means three different things. It means Giraj, it means Thakurji, it means activity called Giraj Dharan. Three things. Giraj also, who lifted, who was lifted, and by what he was lifted. Three things. Imagine we are not glorifying Giraj Ji ki jai, उठाने वाले की जय. Lifter of the Giraj ki jai, we are not saying. Giraj ki jai, we are not saying. We are saying what? Giraj dharan ki jai. We are glorifying the activity because the activity made the one who lifted and the one who got lifted glorious. If there was no activity, Tanthanpal, isn't it? Nothing would have happened. Special praise for Nimbarkis, isn't it? Pushtis, Radhavallabhis, Giraj dharan, Ramanandis also. See, Hanumanji is everywhere, isn't it? Prachin Hanuman. Somebody found a rock, put what? Sindoor, kumkum on it with mixed with ghee. Even dalda also doesn't matter. Some ghee, some oil, put it Prachin Hanuman. And it is Bhav Pratishtha, isn't it? So special for all these. And as we come to new Srivasangan, how much special for Gaudias, isn't it? First person who came here, we can say, in the Gaudiya lineage, who revealed the glories of Girirajji was Madhavendra Puri, isn't it? And Madhavendra Puri, for him, Gopal Dev appeared, who is currently now spending time in Srinathji. They say sometimes in Vrindavan there is a folklore. There are these four Thakurs. They were in so much of Vireh of Radharani that something magical happened with all four of them. Because for all these four Thakurs, Radharani is not in Pratyaksh form, isn't it? She is in the form of Gadi Seva. Gaddi Seva, Radha Vallabh, Maki Bhari, Radha Raman, even Srinath ji, right? There is a Gaddi nearby where we decorate with Mala, Pushpa, Chandan, and also Chandrika. In fact, all the earlier deities, Radharani was not there. But these four deities, still Radharani is not there in that sense. So, Lord of Vireh, so there is a common joke floating around in Vrindavan. Banke Bihari is so much in separation that he wears only lehenga. Correct? Only on Ekadashi he wears Vishnu's dhoti. Radha Vallabh Lal is so much in separation that I then marriage ceremony called Byaula. Correct? He is wearing those sehra, isn't it? And it will be written in Hindi. आज श्री जी का ब्याउला उत्सव है. अरे, not Shri ji ka. Vallabh Lal ka. He's separating from Shri ji, feeling separate from Shri ji. What about Radha Raman Lal? He's also feeling separation from Radha Rani. So in Braj we say, that's why he's always dressed in loincloth, which in Braj we call Taniya. So Braj has a special words. We were just in Richmond and we were asking everybody, what is the Braj word for inners, thermal wears? In Vrindavan, if in winter you go and there are not, I mean, if you think, it's like California, thund, Alaskan thund, all Alaska, Antarctica, winters are, they fail in front of Vrindavan's cold because the cold gets into your bones. So we need inner wears, thermals, right? So what's the word for that? You can never imagine it. It's called Atmasukh. So Atmasukh means happiness to the soul. So the inner wears or thermals are called happiness to the soul because it is indeed. Don't wear it, miserable. Yeah, you're yes, like that. So once we went to a temple and we asked, when will you bringing warm clothes, like when you'll be reducing the warm clothes. He said, until the Atmasukh is there. He said, what Atmasukh? So they showed the Thakurji is wearing inners there, thermals there. So what happened to Radha Raman? He is in loincloth. What happened to Srinathji in Virah? He left Vrindavan. He is in Nathdwara. So these are four special deities. And we can say from a material point of view, the first deity to get established was Gopal Dev, Srinathji, isn't it? And it's also a deity which connects two sampradayas, Pushti and Gaudiya. And that's it. Make bridges, become Brijbasis. Make bridges between each other and become Brijbasis. Destroy bridges, become Brijnashis. So it's up to us to become Brijbasi or Brijnashis, isn't it? So it connects. And then who came after him? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, isn't it? What dramatic way he entered Govardhan, isn't it? Nowadays, Kusum Sarovar is only used for premarital or postmarital shoots, I guess. But it's a very specific place. And Mahaprabhu came running after, searching for the Shilas. And he found that Shila near Banbihari temple. How was he going to Vrindavan? Like this? Like parade by se Chal? Like in a parade form? No, he was doing something. What was he doing? He was jhooming. He was jhool rahe the. And in Bengali, we call jhoole as dhule. So, Asiya Vrindavane nache gor raye. Asiya Vrindavane nache gor raye. दूल्हे दूल्हे गोरा चांद हरि गुण गाए दूल्हे दूल्हे गोरा चांद हरि गुण गाए आसिया वृंदावने नाचे गोर राये आसिया nache go. He came, keep playing. He came, Asya Vrindavane, he came there and he's dancing in madness. Vrindavane tarulata prema koe hari katha. Vrindavane tarulata preme koe hari katha. Nikunjera pakhi bhuli hari naam सुनाए निकुंजेर पाखी बोले हरि. It's like everybody became a kathakar, everybody became a Shravankarta. Mahaprabhu is chanting, but then Vrindavanir Tarulata. What is Taru? Tarulata, the creepers, they are also chanting. And then Nikunjer Pakhi, Pakshi, birds, they are also saying. And how is he mat? Prane Hari, Dhyane Hari, Hari bolo badan bhori. Prane Hari, Dhyane Hari, Hari bolo badan bhori. Hari naam geye geye रस गल जाए हरि नाम गले गले रस गल जाए धूले धूले गोरा चांद हरि गुण गाए धूले धूले गोरा चांद हरि गुण गाए. He came, spent a lot of time there. He would just cry, but then he left. That's it? No, he sent the next generation. Bhugarbha Goswami. Actually, Bhugarbha Goswami came before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But there were his other journals, and we know about them, Rupa and Sanatana. And afterwards, one more journal came, and he has a lot to do in manifesting Govardhan. Who was he? So we have to do a little bit backtrack into Jagannath Puri. Somebody came to Jagannath Puri bringing a Govardhan Shila for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What was it? एते बोली तारे पुनः प्रसाद कोरीला एते बोली प्रसाद कोरीला गोवर्धने रशीला कुंजा माला तारे दिला गोवर्धने keep playing. So the Mahaprabhu was given something. What? Govardhane Rashila. Now, it's interesting, after 500 years cross, people say that this is the Prachin temple, this is the Prachin Govardhan Shila. Some other temples say this is the Prachin Govardhan Shila, isn't it? But many people agree that when you go to Gokulanand temple, they have small Govardhan Shila which was given to him. And Gunjamala. Who gave it to him? Shankarananda Saraswati Vrindavana Hoita Aila. And that's Deha Shei Shila Gunjamala Loya Gela. He gave it to him. Pashve Gatha Gunjamala Govardhana Shila. तुई वस्तु महाप्रभु रागे आने दिला. Two objects. And devotees know, keep playing. Devotees know that if somebody gives you Govardhan Shila, it is like Roman, Jashu, Pulak, isn't it? And sometimes people also trick. They go to a Brijvasi and then tell Prabhuji, I want this Shila. Can you pick it up? And then I'll tell Brajvasi gave. I've also seen some Brajvasis who are in so much mood of giving, they will walk, 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 walk. And as they are walking and doing circumambulation, they'll put their hands underneath the Braj Raj and pick out many Giriraj Shilas just to give to the others. So these two Apurva Vastu were given. दुई अपूर्व वस्तु पाया प्रभु तुष्ट होइला दुई प्रभु तुष्ट होइला स्मरणेर काले गले परे गुंजमाला. He put the Gunjamala when he was doing his smaran, because these have come to from Vrindavan, isn't it? We keep things which have come from Vrindavan, other things very sacred in our altar like that. And what would happen to him? Govardhana Shila Prabhu Hridaya Netre Dhare Govardhana Hridaya Netre Dhare. Now he does something more also. कभू नासाए घ्राण लोए कभू सिरे करे कभू न... He was smelling it. Now people from outside will say, first of all, it is a stone. Then you are smelling it. Which all germs will come to it, come to your nose? We do not know. But it's a special. He could think it as Krishna, isn't it? Was he thinking it to be some ordinary stone? No, right? नेत्रे जले से शीला भीजे निरंतर नेत्रे जल नेत्र जल शीला रे कोहेन प्रभु कृष्ण कले बरस. ए मत तीन वत्सर शीला माला धरिला ए मत तीन वत्सर तुष्ट होया शीला माला रघुनाथे दिला. He would be doing the abhishek of the Govardhan Shila with his tears of love. And then Shilare Kohina Prabhu, Krishna Kalebar. Kalebar means body. It's a body of Krishna. It's same as Krishna. Why? Because the body of Krishna is not different than anything else, isn't it? Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Every anga can do the activities of all other Angas, isn't it? So Mahaprabhu now gave the Srila to Raghunath Das Goswami, who was staying with him in Jagannath Puri. Mahaprabhu also instructed him. He says to him, "You need a jug of water. And you need a few flowers from the tulsi tree. Flowers means manjaris. You will need manjaris, and you have 8 manjaris. They should have two leaves nearby. And just do that simple worship. Mahaprabhu would say, this is in complete goodness. Now, complete goodness here means Vishuddha Sattva, not Rajas Tamas Sattva. Vishuddha Sattva, where there is no melony or the adulteration of Rajas and Tamas. Isn't it? So he said that, and Raghunath Das Goswami received it with great jubilation, but he was under somebody. Sarup Damodar Goswami, Nasanu Das, isn't it? And Sarup Damodar Goswami also gave him 2 cloths, 6 inches long, maybe this much, 6 inches, yeah. And maybe one to make the pagadi, another to make this, lower garment. And he told him to also use a wooden platform. So Sarup Damodar Goswami gave him a wooden platform. And then Sarup Damodar also told him, first class sweet meat should be offered to him. Perhaps this was Jagannath Puri. So asked him to offer what? The word, which means the activity also. Khaja. And we were just remembering how His Holiness Radha Govindas Maharaj says, but this does not apply to pizza. So, because it's a different Virodhabhas. Pizza is also khaja. Unless the cheese has melted so much that you put like that. Khaja and Sandesh, isn't it? So he was instructed. Sarup Damodar Goswami said, if you offer these 2 items with love, these would be just like nectar. With love for Thakurji, and when then Thakurji eats it and puts his special ingredient. What's the special ingredient in prasad? Love, bhakti. Are Radha Krishna saliva. Adharamrit. Yeah, which is saliva. But for them, saliva is not different than the body, correct? Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti. So it's a special thing. Now things are turning and churning in the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami. People have noticed that when they get Giraj Chila, it does something wonders in the life, isn't it? And when we go to do Giraj Parikrama, it does something. It's a tradition in Vrindavan. If somebody is doing Dandavati Parikrama, nobody will mess up with those stones. Those stones which are used to do Dandavati Parikrama. Dandavati Parikrama is this circumambulation when you do Dandavats. And if it is 108 Dandavat Parikrama, you need 108 stones, right? Can't put a computer there, 1 plus 1, like, or a calculator there. You put a stone, and no animal, nobody messes around with that stone. In fact, the entire bridge mandal, and especially Govardhan mandal, respect these people who are doing Dandavati. In fact, I saw people were doing, somebody, his service was just to bring chach and tell him, Baba, chach piego. You want to drink chach? Everybody becomes Baba. In Vrindavan, everybody is Maharaj and Baba. So that's the mood. So something is churning in the heart of whom? Raghunath Das Goswami. This churning is important because he has to now come from Puri to Vrindavan, especially Govardhan. And what he did defined history also. So what is happening to him? शीला दिया गोसाई समर्पिला गोवर्धने शीला दिया गोसाई समर्पिला गुंजा माला दिया दिला राधिका चरणे आनंदे रघुनाथेर भाई विस्मरण आनंदे भाई विस्मरण काय मने सेवी लेना गौरांग चरण Gauranga Charan. So Madhvendra Puri came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Rupa Sanatan, Loknath Bhugarv, and now it's the entry of Raghunath Das Goswami, who is saying, Oh, Mahaprabhu gave me Shila, means he has given me what? Entrance to Govardhan. And Gunjamala diya. Gunjamala, sometimes, most of the times red and black, sometimes white also. But those redness is what? Lips of Radharani, here it is Radhika Charan. And why he's thinking of Radhika Charan? What's the eternal identity of Raghunath Das Goswami? Manjari, Sahachari, Manjari, these are maid servants of Radharani. What is a Manjari? Who is a Manjari? Only in one verse Rupa Goswami describes it, like appendix, because. If something is very dear to you, you will hide it. There are saints who are in Madhurya Bhav, but they'll speak of Vatsalya Bhav. Why? Because the secret comes out, dhar dhar things will happen. That's one way of hiding. Second way is jokes, because one can navigate. So here, Manjari, Rupa Goswami is Rupa Manjari. So he's just describing in one verse, 25128. It's very famous verse, Syat, Sanchari, Samonava, Krishna Ratya, Suhridratihi. He's telling there are Rati. Rati means love. Now we have Krishna Rati, correct? Krishna Rati means the Rati sthai bhav towards Krishna, whether as a parent or different. Okay? But there is Suhrid Rati also. I love Krishna alone. Nahi, I may love Subal also. I may love Lalita also. I may love Vishakha also. So there is a Rati directed towards Krishna. Then there is a Rati directed towards a Suhrid of Krishna. What is Suhrid? A friend of Krishna, right? Suhrid, who shares the heart, who thinks about the heart. So it is saying if the Suhrid Rati, which by the way generally is equal to or less than Krishna Rati. Generally, Suhrid Rati is equal to or less than Krishna Rati. If that's the case, which is most of the time, it is called, the Suhrid Rati is called Sanchari. Sanchari means it comes and goes. The ocean is Krishna Rati, but the wave is Sanchari. It will come, it will go. You're loving Krishna and suddenly Subala comes. Dhyan goes there, but then it comes back to Krishna. Or Madhumangal comes and cracks a joke, isn't it? Then again Madhumangal and then back to Krishna. Waves are not generally more than the ocean, correct? But in one fine case, it becomes gadbad kadbada, khatpat khatpat. What's that? That's the next line. Adhika pushyamana chet bhavollasaratihi. Sometimes the waves become more than the ocean. What's the wave? Suhrid Rati towards Sri Radha. On these special people like Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari. Then what happens? The waves become more than the ocean. Suhrid Rati defeats Krishna Rati, isn't it? That's why we say Kale Ram became Hare Ram, isn't it? Are Mithila Vasis even go deeper. They say Kaun Ghuman mein Bhulaila Raghav ji. No, this is Mithila Bhasha. They are saying, Oh Raghav ji, what abhiman you have? What all people you killed earlier? You were just playing Dhanu earlier. But when your charan, when your feet turn towards Mithila, Tadka Maraila, Ahalya Taraila, Kaun Ghuman mein Bhulaila Raghav ji. Which abhiman you're having, Raghav? Only when you when you turn towards Kishori ji, then you got some strength. So these Mithila Vasini Sakhis of Kishori ji are saying, we are not sure if you're handing our friend in the right hands. She is so gory and you are so Karya. Then later they found out when they kept him together, he became Hare. Okay, consolation. So Suhrid Rati becomes more than the Krishna Rati. And when it becomes, that Suhrid Rati is called Bhavollas Rati, which is Manjari Bhav. The word Manjari came later, but first it is Bhavollas Rati. Not much is described. This is my understanding why it was not described, because why will Manjari say about themselves? Think about it. They have to hide it. But then later the Acharyas came and then they expanded it. So here is he, Manjari, who likes to put alta or the lac powder on the feet of Kishori ji. So won't he remember what? Gunja mala diya dila radhika charane. सो चलो मन वृंदावन की ओर, आनंदे रघुनाथेरा भाई विस्मरण, आनंदे रघुनाथेरा. Giriraj is the largest round rock, and we have Prabhu from Round Rock. Jai Shri Radhe, Hare Krishna. So, Anande Raghunatera Bhaiya Vismaran Kaya Mane Sevilena Gorang Charan. But he never forgot Gorang Charan, isn't it? He got Vrindavan, but it's not like done that. I'll forget my Gurudev, I'll forget those who made me come here, isn't it? So here's a lesson here that those who have done Kripa we will never forget, isn't it? So Madhvendra Puri came, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Rup, Sanatan, and Raghunath Das Goswami when he came 1532. This is written in the Persian records that he started buying lands near Radhakund. And he was assisted around 1532 and 1535 by Jiva Goswami to make that land, that Pukur, which is Shamakund Radhakund, into tanks. And this was the foresight because 140 years later, some mad person will come who wanted to change the name of Mathura to be Mominabad and Vrindavan to be Islamabad. But he was not successful and he would wanted to destroy deities. But one somebody called Shivaram Goswami, he was the some in the Persian record it is called Seoram Goswami or Shivaram Goswami. He was the Mahant of Radha Govind Dev temple and he thought for 140 years a good community has come near Arith where Arishtasur was killed. Radhakund name came later. The gram was called Arith. So the deities were sent where? First to Arith, Govindev, Madan Mohan, Gopinath also. So we find, if you do the parikrama of Radhakund, we find all the temples there of Govindev, Madan Mohan, even Damodar also. Who gets the credit? Till we are so much thankful to Raghunath Das Goswami, right? Mahaprabhu desired, gave the Shila, he came to Vrindavan, bought the land, created the community. That's it. Tradition stops. No, next generation. Narottam Shamanand Srinivas, taken to Giriraj Parikrama by Raghav Pandit. We know this, Bhakti Ratnakar. That's it. Tradition stops. No, next generation. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Really? But we thought he stayed in Vrindavan. Gokulanand Mandir, right? But that was later, 18th century. In fact, he stayed in Radhakund, Gokulanand Jeer Kutir. And was there in the early 18th century, a great king came to meet him. The Mughals, as they say, Kamar, the back of the, I have an experience, the back of the Mughals was broken by one from the Rajputana land and one from the Maratha land. Shivaji Maharaj, and here Raja Jai, the Kachwahas. No sooner Aurangzeb died, Kachwaha king Raja Jai Singh II declared, I'll be now the Hindu Samrat king. So he started doing Ashwamedh Yajna. He was also an astronomer, but he would come to meet whom? Vishnath Chakravarti Thakur. See, this is 1713 or 1716. At this time, the deities have already gone. Even Radha Vallabh ji was also hiding in Kamevan. But then he was back. Bilke Bihari was also hiding. Radha Raman, no need. Uttariya mein we can hide him. And anyway, his temple is like Haveli. We won't figure it out whether it's a home or not. And some people go to Radha Raman and say, where are deities? Where are deities? Are, niche dekho. Look down. Such a small deity. We don't say like that, right? Open brackets, not close brackets. Deity, but big jalwa. You cannot sit in front of the open darshan. Otherwise, their GBC will come after you. Yeah, they have a GBC. Cannot drink water. Yeah, the thing is, we cannot sit there. If you have to sit, we have to go on the side. So Radharaman hid, but all these deities left. And the morale of Vrindavan was down also. 1670, the deities left, right? Imagine all the Mukhya deities are not there, which we said are the most accessible medium of bhakti. Who raised the morale? Many saints. One of the saints was Vishnu Chakri Thakur by writing his Sarartha Darshini Tika. Isn't it? I mean, he raised the morale of Vrindavan and he was the Mahant to whom Jai Singh was come for counseling and conferences. Mudde, Parakiya, Swakiya. Sometimes we think there is only one debate which happened. No, it was a 20 year of debates only. Swakiya, Parakiya, one issue. Then after that issue was whether Radharani should be there or not there. Ityadi, many issues. And finally the issue was Gaudiyas do not have a Vedanta Sutra commentary. So he said, I'm getting old. Baldev Vidyabhushan went there, and rest is the history. But see what's happening. Raghunath Das Goswami created the community. Therefore, Vishwanath Chakri Thakur established there, and there was a good, solid foundation for Gaudiyas. Tradition stops there? No. Comes the trio Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Siddhant, Bhakti Vedant. Isn't it? Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur. We know Radha Kund nearby. There is I think it's still called Swananda Sukhda Kunj only. Isn't it? And great place to chant and meditate that these great devotees establish the foundations what now as new Shiva Sangan we are sitting here, isn't it? And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur met Srila Prabhupada in a very historical meeting where Govardhan, Radhakund, Agun Jolve, isn't it? There's fire in the mud, better to print books, right? Isn't it? And then Srila Prabhupada, well, we know how much he desired Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. In the end, there is a big discussion happening between one set of devotees wanted to take him to Parikrama. Loknath Maharaj in his bell, the bullock cart. And then other set of devotees wanted, no. And Prabhupada would look at, I think, Bhagat Ji and say, look how much they love me. And then say, Prabhupada, don't churn the hearts. Prabhupada was churning the hearts. In the way of circumambulating Govardhan, he is making their hearts do a churning, isn't it? So here is Govardhan, a special place. आज तो हम तवाई गरम कर रहे हैं. This is a special place. And in fact, it is not different from Vrindavan. Now we know Vrindavan town, Mathura, Hema Malini, MP, right? She came to Iskcon 60 celebration currently, and that municipality has been combined. Mathura and Vrindavan are together. But Govardhan we think as a different town. However, it was not. Bhagavatam says, I think 10:31:16 or 10:16, Vrindavanam, Govardhanam, Yamuna Pulinani cha, Vikshya Uttama Priti, Viksha Asit Uttama Priti, Ram Madhavayor Nripa. Uttama Priti happened to Ram and Madhav, Krishna and Balram. They must be close, right? In fact, there is a place near Govardhan called Yamunavati Gaon, which means what? Yamuna would flow there. And the Balu there is Johnson baby powder. You may not know what is Johnson baby powder, right? We know. Very soft. Very soft Brajraj. So it was a part. Now Vrindavan, what we know is 3.5 course. 3.5 course, which is the perimeter, correct? Parakamma, which we do, isn't it? But earlier was Brihad Vrindavan, which was a little bit larger, and Govardhan was included. So when we said Vrindavan, Govardhan is there. Or one of the forest is also considered to be Govardhan. So here is a special place, special thing which our acharyas have given to us. And so what is our approach? We want to serve him, right? That's the last thing in spirituality, Prem Seva. What does Prem Seva means in English? Devotional service. Correct? So Prabhupada translated Prem Seva as devotional service. That's the final thing. Seva Sukh. It's there in all sampradayas. If you go to Nimbarkis, where we sing this song, right? Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. And in the end it comes, right? Jai Hari Priya Swamini. What's that Hari Priya Swamini? Hari, Hari. Priya, Radharani. And Swamini. But it also means Hari Priya's Swamini. Who is Hari Priya? That's the author name. He is Harivyas Devacharya, whose spiritual name is Hari Priya. So his grantha is called Mahavani. And in Mahavani also, one of the big section is Seva Sukh. There is Siddhant Sukh, Seva Sukhs. It's all about that. But Seva Sukh, why Seva Sukh? Because in seva only there is sukh. We do here seva sadhaka rupena. In our meditation, siddha rupena. It's not siddha dehena. Siddha dehe, Delhi bahut dur hai. It's far. But siddha roop means it's a meditative form, isn't it? Now some say, Prabhuji, if I think about I am connected to Krishna and Das and nikal gaya sakhi, what is the problem? Ek gulab jamun, ek baklava. It was gulab jamun. What you were thinking became something else. Dono haath mein laddu, both hands, it is rejoicing, isn't it? So, seva in this form, and where we go there, what we'll do there? Relax. No more visa issues. No, right? There also bhag ke seva, isn't it? In one of several of the temples, there is a service called Dasanudas Seva, which means, person is on the altar and decorating Radha and Krishna, and there will be some people doing Dasanudas Seva. That's exactly the mood of Manjari. The person will say, bring the vetra, bring the payal, bring the this. So he or she is running around. But we call Dasanudas Seva as D&D, do not disturb. Really, do not disturb. No other time except Seva. So what's the best Prem Seva to Giriraj? One, circumambulation. Parkamma or Parikrama. Isn't it? And people go then further also. They do Dandavati Parikrama. Some people do 108 Dandavati Parikrama. And there are others who do 1008 Dandavati Parikrama. I still have to find somebody 10,008 Parikrama, Dandavati Parikrama. You can do in 7 days Dandavati Parikrama if you cover 3 kilometers. And whenever people go there, somebody was asking me, if we do it, will we, how will the stay will be like that? But their experience was when they did, that just Brajbasis came and helped. You need food, you need like that, because it's a very special thing. And imagine you do Dandavati Parikrama. After 7 days you come, you'll be doing Dandavat to your spouse only. Vinamrata, isn't it? Aadat ho jayegi, we'll get habit only. Such a nice. So if there is conflict resolution technique, do Dandavati Parikrama. 7 days. Next time you'll be Dandavat. Maybe you'll do circumambulation also. And this is exactly the meaning of Vraj. Vrajati iti Vraj. Which keeps going. What do Manjaris and Sakhas do? Just keep going. That's why in Braj we have a song. Bando rasikan ki balihari. No. Bando sakhiyan ki balihari. Why? When do we wake them? When we desire. When do we make them sleep? When we desire. Imagine those days we are busy working. Chalo, chalo, so jao. Are? That happens in spiritual world also. They are made to act, eat prasadam, then made to sleep. Then wake up, chalo, chalo, time ho gaya. Time happens. So actually, Radha and Krishna are dependent on the devotees, isn't it? Vando. This also is used in Vedas, a culture called Charaiveti. Charaiveti. Chara chara. That is one chara chara is this, not that. Because when you do Giraj Parikrama, some people are perpetually sitting in Giraj Mishthan Bhandar. I went with a devotee, he said, Prabhu, thoda. So he took chili. It was Ekadashi. I don't know what happened. He took paneer cubes and chili. And Gaya, Shakti, protein. So not that chara. Chara means just moving about, moving about. And a circumambulation culture therefore teaches us just move on. Just move on. Somebody came and told you X and you are worried about it, and that person is eating pani puri. He should be worried, we should be eating pani puri, correct? Somebody came and blasted you, and we were worried for one day, 2 day. That fellow is eating baklava. Nine Safi, isn't it? Doesn't make sense. Actually, it doesn't make sense. So saints therefore tell, Hichko mat. Hichko mat means do not hesitate. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Freely distribute forgiveness. Freely take forgiveness also. Freely distribute forgiveness. Freely take it. And if this culture ka chaska, now chaska is a Hindi word. How do you translate in English? Addiction. Correct. Chaska addiction. If one gets that addiction, hmm? Thasak? No, Thasak, we'll come to Thasak. Chaska is like, some people have chaska for chocolates. Some people have chaska for vada pav. Some people have chaska for many other things. This chaska is of Parkamma. And I know a person which happened to him. Our father was homeopath. And, assistants to homeopath in India, we call them compounders. Have you heard this word? I don't know. They don't compound anything. They call compounders. Anyway, so he was used to eat whatever things people eat, and then his family issues when things were there. But because our family is connected to Brindavan, somebody just came, some Brindavan Prasad he was given, and then he went to Brindavan and he did Parkamma, Chaska. Then he would go with his friends every month, Parkamma. Then fast forward few years, he left all those things which is not supposed to be eaten. He brought Laddu Gopal to his home, got initiated in a Ramanandi Sampradaya. Till now, it's like decades. He comes every month and does parikrama. That's it. Comes, does parikrama, bows down to some deities, goes back. Chaska, isn't it? From an external vision, what are you getting there? You're just walking, right? But it's something special, isn't it? And then we know saints in Vrindavan who around Govardhan are wearing socks. Have you seen those saints? Socks and a danda maybe sometime and doing parikramas at least 2-3 times a day. One was Chaitanya Baba who just left his body for I think more than 35 years. He was doing that. Chaska. So what are we doing today? Well, we are trying to create some chaska. Some of you have a lot of chaska for Giriraj Parkamma. We'll do Manasi Parikrama. And it's very hard because, even those who are doing Parikrama daily cannot figure out enough about Giriraj. We stay in Vrindavan. We try to stay as much in the Sade Teen Kos Parikrama. And still now, many things are there which we haven't figured it out. Our mother was telling there is a Prem Gali, Chipi Gali, and Gandhi Gali. What is this Gandhi Gali? Gandhi means dirty gully, right? Understood because people go there. And sometimes in India, right, the ecological norms are thwarted left and right. It's very, very small gully in which you cannot go. And if a cow is passing through, mar gaye. Like if a cow is going, you cannot cross it. Why it's called special? Because there used to be a deity of Gopinath. He looks like Srinathji, but is in the form of flute, holding the flute, called Gopinath, in Dera Ghazi Khan, Pakistan. Pakistan, of all the places. Vithalanathji, son of Vallabhacharya, gave this deity to one person, one Acharya Goswami, and started almost like this eighth. They have 7 seats. This was the eighth seat. And when the partition happened, from Dera Ghazi Khan, Pakistan, that Gopinath deity came in a Haveli where, which we call Gandhi Gali. So now you enter, you'll see Gopinath standing there. Even after many, many years, people don't figure out enough about which homes are temples. In fact, every home is a temple, every home has a story. Same thing true about Girraji. So, what can we do in the next 3 days? We'll try. Not all places will be covered, but we'll take shelter of something while doing this. And that shelter will be of Raghunath Das Goswami only. Which shelter? We'll use Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dashakam and beware. Beware. If you want to stay in Atlanta, maybe don't recite it. Keshav Bharati Das Goswami Maharaj used to recite that daily. And I think he said, lo and behold, after many years, he found himself in Govardhan. And we also used to recite. Somebody would tell us, don't recite, you'll leave us. And it happened. I don't know how it happened. We found ourselves back near to Govardhan. So, all those who really want to move to Govardhan from Shiva Sangan can recite. Jai. It's potent, it's powerful. If not going there, because Prabhu will stop you not to go there. You'll have the Govardhan manifest in your heart. So we'll take this shelter. Are you all with me? This kind of warning that don't recite because something will happen is used in our sampradaya a lot. What? स्मेरां भङ्गित्रय परिचितां साचि विस्तीर्ण दृष्टिं स्मेरां भङ्गित्रय परिचितां साचि विस्तीर्ण दृष्टिं वंशीन्यस्ताधर किसलयाम् उज्ज्वलां चन्द्रकेन किसलयामुज्ज्वलं चन्द्रके उज्ज्वलाम् गोविन्दाख्यां हरितनुमितः केशितीर्थोपकण्ठे गोविन्द हरितनुमितः केशितीर्थोपकण्ठ मा प्रेक्षिष्ठास्तव यदि सखे बन्धुसङ्गे स्थिरङ्गः If you want Rangaha means maza. Maze maza. What do you say? चाहिए को क्या बोलेंगे
मला मजा करायची मजा पाहिजे.
मुझे मजा चाहिए. Maza in Rangaha, where Bandhu Sange Asti Rangaha. If you want that, Ma Prekshishtas, don't see whom somebody is standing there. Smeram smiling, Sachi Vistina Dishtim. In Hindi we call Chitvan or Kataksh. सीधा सीधे राम जी देखते हैं. Only straight Ram ji sees. Krishna sees in a very crooked way. Because we are perhaps, I don't know about you, so crooked. The crookedness only can, how the chiropractor does. I had first time experience in life. We met him and we said, somebody said, monk hai. He said, I am Buddhist monk. I said, okay, thank you. Be gentle, please. And we know, right? If the back is crooked, they will do a crooked stance, correct? So Krishna has to do it. Then, Vamsi Nyasta Dhara Adhar, lips. Nyasta, he has kept the Vamshi Nyasta. Kisalayam, the lips are like petals. What is his name? Govinda. Hari Tanum, Hari means he can rob everything. Where is he standing? Keshi Tirtho Upakante. So don't do it. This warning is given, which is a Vyaj Suti. It's the Stuti in direct way. That's what Govardhan Vasa Prarthana Dashakam is also there, isn't it? So the parikrama begins. But there is one small thing. I don't know about you, we have desires. Many, many desires are there, isn't it? It's all kura karkat here. And it comes out, right? However, it does not violate Uttama Bhakti also. Say, suppose somebody is ill and we pray for him, doesn't violate Uttama Bhakti because Anya Bhilashita Shunyam. Natu Anya Bhilasha Shunyam. Anya Bhilashita, ita comes from Tachile Pratyay. Vishnu Chakra Thakur explains that. That means Swabhav is only to cultivate desire. Nobody is cultivating desire. The devotee is praying for somebody else so that he or she can do bhakti, isn't it? When they are sick like that, it does not violate Anya Bhilasha Shunyam. He's not cultivating it, right? It's just in the emergency way, correct? But fine, sometimes the desires also pop up when we start cultivating it. Okay, what to do? We'll go to Girraj only. And do people do that? If my putri's marriage happens, I will do. It's like Visa Balaji. Visa Balaji doesn't even take any donation. Only donation I think is 108 per kamma. So people do it. However, as we are doing, maybe it is considerable to have some moment in that parikrama when we say, in Hindi we say, हम आपको आपसे ही मांगते, आपसे आपको ही मांगते. We just ask you from you. At least some moment, right? During the day also, during the parikrama also. So what do we ask from Govardhan? Parikrama? Only parikrama. Let me keep doing parkamma, isn't it? That's what many saints do. So let's have that mood. Only parkamma. So if today you sleep and you're doing parkamma on your bed, that's okay. Maybe it's good. Only parkamma. And where do we begin? We begin at Manasi Ganga. So can you swap the map? We have some map to show. How does Govardhan look like?
So Govardhan looks like that. We can zoom out. Zoom out. It's on that side. We are starting in Mansi Ganga. Now, different sampradayas start in different place. Some of us start wherever we begin. Jatipura, Pushti Margi start, isn't it? Most convenient is you see that road on the other side to Vrindavan. You see that Radha Kund, Sham Kund at the top? That's like the eyes of this peacock. Looks like a peacock, right? Hmm? Peacock and Krishna have good sambandh. So even the places become like peacock, isn't it? In Braj they sing Nachat Mora Mora Nisang Shyam Nachat Mora Mora Nisang Shyam. Shyam is dancing with more. Why? श्याम मुदित श्यामा हिरे झावत श्याम मुदित श्यामा हिरे झावत. He's pleasing Radharani. So the entity also becomes like more. There's a very Ghanishta sambandh between Krishna and peacock. We start right, you see that middle one, it's hard to point here, but the map is zoomed here from Mansi Ganga. That's where Gaudiyas generally start. And what is Mansi Ganga? We know it is produced from the, they say, mind of Thakurji. And it's an interesting pastime because it's the pastime of transcendental punishment. But we have to first sing, can you stop Prabhu again? निजपति भुजदण्ड छत्रभावं प्रपद्य निजपति भुजदण्ड छत्रभावं प्रपद्य प्रतिहतमद् प्रतिहतमदधृष्टो दण्डदेवेन्द्र गर्व प्रतिहतमदधृष्टो दंड देवेंद्र गर्व अतुल पृथुल शैल श्रेणी भूपम प्रियम मे अति टुगेदर निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धन त्वं निज निकट निवासम. Why is nobody singing? Are you thinking you will go away? नहीं 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 होगा, वो पकड़ के बैठे हैं. निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धन त्वं. हे गोवर्धन, निज निकट निवासम. Give me Nivas means residence near you. Nija Nikata Nivasam. Who are you? You are Atula Prithula Shaila Shreni Bhupa. Arre, this is like Sanskrit compound words. Bhupa means the king. Shreni means a row of what? Shaila. Shaila is mountains. That's why the title of the seminar is King of the Hills. And Prithula, big hill, isn't it? Like round rock. Big hill. And Atula, it's unlimited. Maybe we see only a few things, but it is unlimited. And Nijapati Bhuja Danda. Who is Nijapati of Girraj? Thakurji. So Thakurji Bhuja is like a danda. So he thought, nice danda, let me become an umbrella. So Chhatra Bhavam Prapadya. Even he took the bhav of it. Why? I'm the umbrella and protecting from the Indra's Indradroham. Okay. Pratihata Mada Dhrishta. The Drishtata of Indra. Pratihata was vanquished, curbed. And Devendra Garva. Right at the outset, Giraj Parikrama, Govardhan Vas Dashakam Prarthana is telling us humility is the best policy. In the childhood, we said honesty is the best policy, correct? But no, humility is the best policy. Pride does come. We have repeated it last time also. It's like a black ant on a black rock in the black night. Is it there? Of course. Can be seen, not to be seen. So, best policy is to assume 2, 3 thorns of pride are there. till the last time we have to fight. Best to assume, because perhaps that's the beginning of the solution, right? We will work on it. Vaisheshika Prabhu says, we live to be corrected. Why? Main thing is pride, isn't it? And Prabhupada writes it. He mentions in the purport to these verses that Indra was proud, and Krishna wanted to change this entire Devata worship. It's a big lesson here. Now, see, these devotees are worshipping. If you go to Yavat, you will see a deity of Durga. That's not Durga, that's Thakurji becoming Durga. And they will be Surya Puja and Ityadi, 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 right? So they worship demigods to enhance the rasa, isn't it? Tavarimana patibhi pitrabhi bhratrabandhivi. When somebody stops you from flowing, the vague increases, isn't it? Like from chocolate. The vague increases when somebody stops us, like the stamping issues today, the vague to go to Vrindavan increases, isn't it? So Tavarimana Patibhi, everybody is stopping the Gopika, so the vague is increasing, isn't it? So all these pastimes, different gods and demigods increases the vague. But if they need it, they need it. If they don't need it, they don't need it. It's like time pass to have in the past time. However, we may get stuck. How? There's a deep science behind it. See, if I have some issue with my health, I go to Prabhu. But let's take some other example, some other doctor. Because Prabhu is a devotee. For the devotee, they say Bhakta Bhagwan. In Braj, we say Bhaji be ko doi sughar. Ke Hari, ke Haridas. There is only two things to do bhajan, Hari or Haridas. So suppose I go to a doctor and I'm praying to Krishna also. Krishna, I have to chant, cure me, etc., etc. I'm worried about my sadhana. I go and the doctor cures it. Now I will not bring the picture of doctor and put it in my altar and do arti. Some people did that when the Ramayana Sagar came. They put the picture of Arun Govil and Deepika. Ram. So that day somebody was saying, oh, now Ranbir Kapoor. No, well, we don't put their picture. We don't put the picture of doctor because it's clear cut. He's a doctor. Physically, I can see him. Krishna's mercy would be flowing. I can't confuse some non-seeing invisible entity with a visible entity, correct? But demigods are invisible. Krishna is also invisible. So is Jyotish, so is Vastu, so are many things. So we utilize Jyotish, we utilize Vastu, we give respects to demigods, but there is a chance, which is the lesson here. There's a word in English called conflate. You know this word? Conflate means confuse, because there are two invisible entities behind. So we might think if nothing is working, we're chanting, kachu hai nahi raha, nothing is happening. And then somebody says, Prabhuji, put some taweej. And what happens? Taweej I mean, something worked. So what do we think? Taweej ki jai. अब the problem is, Krishna is saying Bhagavad Gita, the Taviz Shakti also comes from, but it is easy to conflate two invisible entities, isn't it? If somebody is sounding from behind, I don't know whether X is sounding or Y is sounding. If X is in front, I know it is X, that's Y. So Acharyas tell us, get rid of dependent devotion. What? Dependent devotion, which is called devotion with crutches. We use it, we respect everything, and we do pranams, but not be over obsessed by it. Otherwise, where will the shelter to Thakurji come, isn't it? Then I won't do Giriraj Parkama, right? I'll put the taviz here and the hair and the hair and the pure haath taviz ke. Think about it. That's called over obsession. That's what Krishna is telling, isn't it? And just to make it more emphatic, he himself became Thakurji. He himself became Giriraj, isn't it? Shailosmi, isn't it? So here Prabhupada is also mentioning, in order to stop all such activities, these are Srila Prabhupada's words, Krishna wanted to firmly establish exclusive devotional service during his presence in Vrindavan. During his means Krishna's presence in Vrindavan, he wanted to establish. Krishna knew that cowherd men were preparing for the Indra sacrifice, but as a matter of etiquette, he began to inquire with great honor. Honor must be there because all of these are Vedic sciences. Sometimes we may use it. We are weak. However, not be over obsessed. Or if it works, we say what? Thakurji has come. In fact, in Vrindavan, that's why they offer everything to Thakurji. Dawaiyan, put it in front of Krishna. The wonder is, how do you put juta in front of Krishna? Some may be doing some other different ways, but they put everything in front of Krishna because it is Krishna who is how we began the discussion today. He is the masala, he is the mistri, he is the mason, he is the matter. He is giving the Shakti. So they say, व्यास भरोसे कुंवरी के सो पाव पसार. This is a very tall order because our buddhi wants us to take different shelters. It's okay. It's fine. We will get there. But at least we can begin by not becoming over obsessed, isn't it? Because then the shelter will not come. So one saint in Vrindavan told us, सयाने बन के अटके हैं, मूर्ख बन के निकलना है. Which means we have used our intelligence too much and we got stuck. Now we have to almost unlearn it and get out. There's some point in it, isn't it? So we look at Manasi Ganga, we see that waters, and we get the lesson of humility. Why? Because water flows. Some devotee asked, I think it was Bhanu Swami Maharaj, that Maharaj, we have such a soft heart, and sometimes devotees say something and we feel hurt. I think it was Maharaj who said, that means the heart may not be soft. Because what hurts? When the heart is hard, when there's a hard surface, you throw a ball, it rebounds back. If the heart is soft, whatever is thrown just goes somewhere. So that's what saints have therefore meditated on rivers. Why? It just flows. Charaiveti, Charaiveti, Vrajati, Vrajati. That's the first lesson right in the beginning. Girraji wants the pastime, no pride. And that's the circumambulation. Who is in the center? Not me, them, right? Girraji. At Mansi Ganga, therefore, we also see different deities. You can see in the map later on. And Chakleshwar Mahadev is also there. We can take a bath there, but sometimes we cringe nowadays to take a bath. Also lesson that although the spiritual tattva remains as it is, but that doesn't stop us from creating ecological awareness in Vrindavan. If we have political clout, if we have money, if we have wherewithal, isn't it? We do well to preserve Vrindavan, isn't it? It's almost a fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic in the sense that place is 24 karat gold. 108 karat gold. That place is not different than Golok Vrindavan. In fact, Rupa Goswami says the Golok Vrindavan is Gokul Vrindavan's Vaibhav. Not even Gokul Vrindavan. That current Vrindavan which we have 2.5 hours of southeast of Delhi is 108 karat gold. Although some additional things have come out, these pollution. So we respect understanding that it's a Swarna Bhumi, yet fuzzy logic, it's polluted. And we do our best. At least when we go, we don't bring too much plastic. We be mindful of that. We can do that. Those who are writers can write about it. Those who are speakers can speak about it. Those who have money can help like that. So the first lesson we also get before beginning Parakama, as much as ecological awareness. So at Mansi Ganga, what happens? Krishna killed Vatsasur, and Radharani said, Bhaiya, you became impure. So he brought out Manasi Ganga there. Transcendental punishment. So the another lesson to begin with is that don't use your buddhi too much in the transcendental pastime. That's what they say. Read the 9 cantos, build the foundation of tattva so that you can make the mahal of prem rasa seva on the top of it. Isn't it? Tattva is important, but I won't keep carrying. Oh, Thakurji, why did he lie? The concept of lying and truth comes from him. So how can we use that? We move forward. First padav is Manasi Ganga. You can take bath or you can do 3 drops equivalent. Absolutely equivalent. And if you're doing at 11 or 12 a.m., 11 p.m. or 12 a.m., especially Purushottam Mas, Garmi wale din, you can sing songs also. And when we sing songs, we may think that other people may be getting disturbed. No, they are used to it. So we walk in those gullies and come to a very huge temple. It looks like almost Govind Dev. It's now they have made it nice, pink painted. It's this very, very special temple. That's our second padav today, which is what temple? Harideva Bhagavan Ju ki. This Haridev symbolizes a divine pastime. Now we can go back. Haridev is, this Haridev temples, are you all with me so far? This divine pastime is the pastime where Krishna disappeared. Shri Shukavacha Antarhite Bhagavati Sahasaiva Vrajanganaha Atapyam Stamachakshanaha Karinya Eva Yuthapam. All these slokas perhaps would be having at least 25 to 26 commentaries. This is the crux of Bhagavatam. 10th canto is the face of Thakurji. Whole Bhagavatam is the Vigraha. Smile is Rasa Panchadhyay. These are the verses from there. Antarhite Bhagavati, Thakurji chale gaye, Thakurji went. What happens? Sahasaiva Vrajanganaha. All the gopikas. What happens? Atapyam Stamachakshana. They could not see him. Karanya eva yuthapam, like the elephant and the she elephants. So what happened to them? Did they go to Chat GPT and say, where did the Thakurji go? No. Gatyanuragasmita vibramekshitair Gatyanuragasmita Manoramalap vihar vibramaihi Akshipta chitta pramadaramaapate Tasta vicheshta jagrahustadaatmikaah. It's like the Krishna Graha had captured them. They are remembering all the activities of Krishna. Now you do Giriraj Parikrama. When we come here, we remember, right? What did we do here? The separation starts the next day of the union, isn't it? But there's a respite. Kartik is around the corner. And they are Manorama Alapa Vihara Vibramaihi. They are thinking of Manoram, beautiful alap of Krishna, Vihar of Krishna. This is Akshipta Chitta. This has captured their heart. These Pramada Ramapatehe, which is Krishna, Tasta Vicheshta. They are acting like what he would do. So Gopikas are the drama acharyas. Adi drama acharyas. Isn't it? What did they do? Ityunmattavacho gopya, ityunmattavacho go, Krishnan Veshanakataraha, Krishnan Veshanakatara, Leela Bhagavatastasta, Leela Yanu chakrustadaatmikaha, Yanu chakrustada. Keep playing. Anu chakru means they did following what they said. Somebody became Putana, somebody became Trinavarta, somebody put a shawl and made it into Girraji and left it like that. Anu chakrus tadatmika. So this word tadatmika is again and again used. This is which chapter? This is 30th chapter. 29th chapter is when the whole Bhumika of Ras Leela happens, right? And 30th chapter, Krishna disappears. Where did he disappear, by the way? Did he go to some other country? No. He was right there. Tasam tat saubhagamadam, tasam tat saubhagamadam, Vikshyamanam cha Keshavah Prashamaya Prasadaya Tatraevantaradhiyata Tatra eva. There only he disappeared. Maybe he took a chunni, put a nath, became a Kari Gopi, and was sitting there thinking, what are they doing? Quite a nice drama is happening there. And why Prashamaya Prasadaya? He wanted to give extra prasad, churn them, isn't it? And he's Keshava. Now say, why Keshava? Keshava generally means Kascha Ishascha Vayate, one who controls Ka Brahma, Ish, Shiva. But here the meaning is something else. Radhaya Keshanyah Vayate. One who is decorating the hairs of Radha. So we found one girl, she was named Keshavi. So I said, perfect. Krishnasya Keshanyah Vayate Sa Keshavi. Isn't it? So here every word napatula hai. There is no extras there. Everything is a digested aparokshwani. Pratyaksh is what I see. Paroksh is theoretical. Aparoksh is Vigyanmay. So somebody has digested who? Shukdev. So all these songs which we hear, and I'm coming to few more songs, all those songs, they are aparokshwani. That's why we quickly hear them, we immediately turn towards Krishna, isn't it? So maybe they were shouting something. What were they shouting? Haridev, Haridev. What? Who is Haridev? Divyati Anandena Kridati. One who Divyati, that's the root Devadhatu, who is playing with Anand. So it's Haridev. Maybe they were shouting something which later appeared into the dream of or the spurti of a blind saint, Bilva Mangal Thakur. And then Bilva Mangal Thakur song Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was relishing. He was relishing that. Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions is Madhya 265. What is he saying? हे देव हे दैत हे भुवनैक बन्धो हे देव हे दैत हे भुवनैक हे कृष्ण हे चपल हे करुणैक सिन्धो हे कृष्ण हे चपल हे करुणैक सिन्धु हे नाथ हे रमण हे नयनाभिराम हे नाथ हे नयन हे नयनाभिराम. Gopis would be saying perhaps this ha ha kadanubhavitasi padam drishor me padam drishor me. Kada, when will you become padam drisha? Drishah padam, the path of my eyes. Are you are a dev, you are daita. Daita means dear. So nice word for all the hubbies and the honeys. Daita? Vallabha, isn't it? Vrindavan, there is a Radha Vallabh Gera. There everybody has Vallabh surname. Why? Radha Vallabh, Jeevan Vallabh, Anand Vallabh, Radhika Vallabh. Everybody is Vallabh ending there. So, Krishna, but you are Chapala. But you are Karunaika Sindhu. These are called waves, isn't it? Chapal, but Karunaika Sindhu. Hey Nath, hey Ramana. You're Swami, but you like to have fun also. Ramana. Hey Nayana Bhiram. Jaldi aa jao, come quickly. And he comes. Shri Shukavacha. He comes after they cry nicely in the form of Gopi Geet. The 31st chapter, right in the beginning of the 32nd chapter. Iti gopya pragayantyah iti pralapantyascha chitradha ruruduhu suswaram rajam rajan krishna darshana lalasah. Rurudu means they cried. How suswaram? Do we cry like suswaram? Nahi, right? In Hindi, we call phata baas. How we cry, right? Only those from Hindi background can understand what I said. How do you pronounce broken bamboo? But tasamavira bhoot chauri tas. He came there. Smayamana mukhambujaha. What was he wearing? Pitambaradhara sragvi. Sragvi means mala. Sakshan Manmatha Manmatha. Man is mind, Manmatha is Madan. Manmatha is Cupid or Madan. Does it do Matha? Of course it does it. But Krishna is Manmatha Manmatha. Tha Manmatha. So we took the darshan of Haridev. It's a beautiful temple. This Haridev deity, actually Krishna appeared in front of the gopis, right? It is said he came in the form of a deity when they were saying Haridev, Haridev. Maybe that deity was lost. Maybe it was recovered by Vajranab. So when we look at that deity, we can be in some sense think that it's 5,000 years old. Because it came in front of the gopis, right? He came as Haridev. Powerful, right? Very, very beautiful. Extremely beautiful. Wish I had more time and I could have shown the picture, but there is a reason why not. We are not showing it. The ears must be made stronger than the eyes. Because we'll take that through ears and then think about it. Next, we come to the third parav. That is Giraj Mishthan Bhandar ki jai. And one fine day, some of the temple, the sannyasi told to go and learn the wet son papdi. But it's not so easy. For 1 month, the person has to do scrubbanam and the mopanam, the scrubbanam of the, because humility only. Secrets are not revealed like that, correct? And Tukaram Maharaj says it. Tukaram Maharaj, people say he is what? Some say he was initiated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in dream. How many are from Maharashtra background? Or how many feel they are from Maharashtra background? Perhaps everybody because of Tukaram, isn't it? So Mahaprabhu, some say Mahaprabhu initiated in dreams, some say Mahaprabhu directly initiated him, but whatever it is, in this Giraj Mastan Bhandar, you can eat it. But remember, this particular brahmachari who went, he had to for 1 month. Then the secret came out. So we meditate on it to understand that how much smallness is great. It's called greatness of the littleness. What's the words for the greatness of the littleness? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahisuna amanina manadena. And why it is great? Kirtaniya sadahari. Typing sada? Nahi. Charing, charna sada? No. Kirtaniya sadahari. That's the greatness. But it comes after littleness. So our Tukaram Maharaj said, Mungi sakhare charava. Mungi sakhare charava. Just like Mungi. Mungi means and. How many from Telugu background here? It's called Chima, right? Ant. Ant. Sakharecha rava is a biting on the small crumb of sugar. Oblivious, right? Unoblivious. Whatever is happening. Doesn't know who is doing what happily. Smallness, right? Will we bend down to enjoy that? No, we cannot even find it. So he say, Lahana parna dega deva. It is tough. See, you can pick it up. Lahana parna dega deva. Lahana parna dega deva. Mungi sakhare charava. Sakare charava. Keep playing. Lahanapan means smallness. Oh Deva. So from Deva, Giriraji, we are asking what? Circumambulating to say that we get visa stamped. Perhaps you can ask. But the best thing to ask it, इतना छोटा बना दो कि आपकी greatness सदैव साक्षात रहे. Make me such small that for only me you are the great. That's it, right? ऐरावत रत्न थोड़ त्यासी अंकुशाचा मार. ऐरावत रत्न थोड़ त्यासी अंकुशाचा मार. जया अंगी मोठे पण दया यातना कठीण. दयांगी मोठे पण तया जात नाका. Airavata was a Ratna. Keep playing. Where did he come from? Why was he Ratna? He came from the churning of the milk ocean, right? Thoda means moto, bado, isn't it? But what happens? The Mahavat sits on the tops and takes a ankush, cut, बैठ गया. Then he says, Jaya Angi Mothe Pana, which means those who think themselves to be big, maybe from external it may appear ki everything is goody goody, but it's very troublesome for them because everything pinches, correct? You are a walking pinching invitation, correct? Because if a mothe pan, everything pinches in the society, correct? So taya yatna kathin. The yatna means the trouble is kathin. So what should we do? तुका म्हणे बरवे जाण तुका म्हणे बरवे जाण वावे लहाणा होन लहाण वावे लहाणा This tongue twister. वावे लहाणा होन लहाणा लहानपण देगा देवा लहानपण देगा देवा. He's saying, Tuka Ram is saying, Barve Jan, understand it well, that lahana hun lahana, smallness of the smallness. And that's what we do by circumambulation, isn't it? And no sooner we hear this song, we turn in front of the Giriraj Misthan Bhandar after eating. There is a very nice aloo ki jalebi there. It's very healthy because no maida. So aloo ki jalebi, don't ask me the recipe. Even I don't know how the aloos can be fried like that. And then there is kashi phal ki sabji and kachori. And then no, I think prasad we can also do mansi. And all the sweetmeats, etc. And if you go near the Govardhan Parikrama, the entire decoration of the sweets is like a Govardhan Parvat in Giriraj Misthan Bhandar. But we turn in front of it, we see a very beautiful temple. That's our last paragraph for today. It is Lakshmi Narayan Mandir. It's a temple of Lakshmi Narayan. But why it's special? Because a saint would stay there, Gaya Prasad Ji. People will call him, that is Achal Giriraj, this is Chala Giriraj. And much focus of him was staying in the Tarhati of Govardhan, minimal sampark, maximum bhajan. Now, what is this sampark? As a preaching society, we go out and share. But sampark means something different. Sampark is that we remain sort of not aloof. We don't remain aloof with the situations and the, in Hindi we call tigdam, khitpit and the khatpat, and it comes in our heart, and then bhajan doesn't happen. So the parikrama of Giriraj and the life of Gaya Prasadji is also telling us how to live alone in the crowd. What? Alone in the crowd. We may be in the crowd, but all of us have to practice because the flight will only fly, correct? Or is it like husband can tell the wife, art round? Why don't you do art round? Doesn't happen, right? All of us to chant on our own. It's a jet plane. No wingman allowed. Only you are driving. Prabhupada writes this in the 8th chapter, I think, of the first canto. So his life is an indication, a lesson for all of us. While we engage, but there must be a sacred space, correct? Where it is we and Radha Vrachandra, isn't it? Living alone in the crowd. And then, if that happens, perhaps we'll sing like this, and this is the last song. Are you all with me? Govardhan ki rahi tarati go. That's what he will do. Rahi tarati Govardhan ki rahi tarati Govardhan rahi tarati. What will you do there? नित्य प्रति मदन गोपाल के नित्य प्रति मदन गोपाल के चरण कमल चित लहिए लहिए charan kamar chetlahi. Feel the lotus feet. That means seva. What does lotus feet mean? I was in some places and the devotees are very excited to scrape the dust, and then some people get hurt also. So lotus feet doesn't mean, we can sometimes do catch their feet also, but it means service. And then what happens? Tan pulakit braj raj mein lotat. Roll in the dust of the Vrindavan. And then where will you take back? गोविंद कुंड में नहीं है नहीं है. She was rolling. कुंड में. She was rolling in the dust. रसिक प्रीतम हित की बात है. रसिक प्रीतम हित चित की बात है. श्री गिरिधारी जी सो कहिए श्री. After you're taking the bath and doing the Lord put, living alone in the crowd and talk to whom? Giriraj ji. So the mood of parikrama is Naam must go on. Naam will show the dham. Second, no gossip. Third, गिरधारी जी सो कही है. Talk to him. बहुत बड़े डीटी है. अंगानी यस्य सकल इंद्रियाणि. Which stone can become mouth? We don't know, or ear, isn't it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Giriraj Dharan ki jai. We'll begin from the Panchva Padav of Dan Ghati tomorrow. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, sir.
His Grace Harivansh Prabhu ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.